Hi, it's Jim Compton with JSK Bull Ropes. What we're going to talk now that you've finished out braiding out your base handle, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to put strands in for your handle. Now, I'm the only company and people that do this way. This is just something I've found that works, as I totally customize bull ropes for each individual. So that way I can put my handle wherever I need to in my block. Okay, so this is new, this is different, and if you guys can't tell, I lost my voice overnight. So here we go. Let's go ahead and show you what I'm doing here. Now you'll see on the screen right there, there's 3 dots. Okay, 3 dots on there. What I've actually done is on those dots is I've counted down the side. I've gone to right here 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my 5th one. On the top side of this 5th one here, you'll see you have a top side, bottom side. I went to where it was like it went over 1, under 1, and then over 1. Okay, and that's where I put that mark. That black mark is right there. Now on the right hand side, you'll see I kind of did the same thing. I went over 1, or right here, count down 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the top side of the 5th one, I went down to where it goes, follows this on the top side, and following the 5th strand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one right here, this strand down where it goes over, under, and then when it comes up again, that's where I put the mark. Okay, and again on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one right here, right there, it goes over, under, and then when it comes up again, which is right there, that's where I put my black mark. Okay, and now that gives me a handle that's right in the center. You'll see I got that another dot just kind of right up here at an angle to it, where it makes a little triangle. This is how we're going to put our strands in. Okay, they're going to go, when I go to put my strands in on this side over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in this hole here, go up underneath it, then I'm going to come out the top in the center. Okay, and then I'm going to go with the next one. I'm going to go this black mark here. I'm going to go down and then come back up where the other black mark is. So now that I've kind of explained what I'm going to try to do, let's see if I can do this and make it as good as possible for you. So what I've actually done is I've taken a lacing needle. Okay, this lacing needle is you're going to use this to lace your handles, but I took strands that I've cut off the tails of my bull rope, and I've screwed it in there so I could weave it in there. Okay, so here we go. You'll see here, I'm using my awl to go ahead and make a hole where that black mark is. So I'm put the very tip of my awl right there, and we're going to make that hole. Now check your backside. What you want to do is make sure that you have not split the strands. You want to go right in between the strands perfectly, just like that. No split strands. That way, if you split strands, what happens when you start building your block, it doesn't get wider as you make it. So you want to make sure you go between the braids on everything we're doing here, including lacing the handle. Okay, so there's that one right there. Now I'm going to take this out. My lacing needle is going to go in here. It goes on in. And I pull it through until I have about 3 foot, or the tip of my finger to my middle of my chest is how long I want my handle strands to be. Okay, so I'll do that, and I believe that works out to be just at 3 foot. All right, so now then what I need to do is I've got to make that hole for this strand to come out of. Okay, so we're going to grab our awl again. Got our awl, and it goes in there, and it's going to come from the back side this way up to this one right here, this mark. Okay, right there. Now, as you get better at braiding, you're going to be able to put your handle wherever you want, and totally customize this for the guys that order ropes from you, or to customize it completely for yourself. So right now I'm checking to make sure I'm not splitting any strands, and there we are. Okay, so now I'm going to take that strand that just went that way, and I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to come right on back up that other hole, and there, I'm going to come straight out this hole here, up through that where that hole's at. Okay. Now, in order to make one plait for your handle, it requires 2 strands. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that one more time. I got another strand hanging here, so I'm going to get ready to do it. We're going to do the same thing, okay, because we do need 2 strands to make a plait here and a plait here. So we're going to go ahead and do that one more time. Get that in there and get my needle on my new piece of rope here. You see that the rope's like this, so actually with this needle it's got threads in the end. If you didn't get this from us, get it at Tandy Leather. They're about $3-4 bucks. Take that, just screw it right on inside the tip of your needle, and it'll screw the rope right on down there. It doesn't hold it very tight, but it does hold it. So, all right, again, take our awl out, put our needle right through there, pull our rope, that little strand, right on in to about 3 foot. Okay, and then there we go. And we're nice and big there. Okay, coming right back through it. Okay, now what you've just done with this is you've now created enough strands for on the 9-plait handle, your outside left strand plait, you'll twist this together. Okay, like you did the tail of your bull rope. You'll start out, you just twist them together nice and tight, just like that, so it makes it super easy to braid. There you go. And don't be afraid to twist it tight, okay? Twist that sucker tight. The tighter you twist your plaits, the easier it's going to be to lace your handle later, okay? Alright, so there it is. There is your farmost left plait starting your handle. So you're going to do this to where you're going to do this again, right? And then you've got one right here straight down the middle. See that? Now you've got a plait that's straight down the middle. Now, the way this works is you're going to do that on this left side 2 more times, because you need a total of 6 strands coming out of this hole, and you twist those together. That's going to make 3 plaits out of this hole, 3 plaits out of this hole, 3 plaits out of this hole here, giving you a total of 9 plaits. And when you do it that way, your handle is solid, because if this one's going to pull or stretch this way, it tightens up the middle. So one strand is tugging on the other one, nothing is slipping. You can put your handle where you want it, and it just makes it much better handle, and especially if you're customizing them. So I'll go ahead. We're going to do the same thing now. Over here on this right side, okay, there's my spot, my black dot. I'm going to take that, and I want to go to in there. Make sure I don't split the strand, which I don't think I split it. Yes, I did split it. Make sure you go between your braids. Don't split them. Go between the braids. As you can see right here, I don't know if you can see it real well, but I got a little stray strand here I got to get rid of, because we want that block to get wider. So take there and there, and just do it. It's going to take a little bit of practice, a little bit of work, but you will be able to do it. And once you start getting good at it, it just goes click, click. So, all right, now I got another strand I got to put in there. Again, with my lacy needle here, put this right on the very end. All right, we're ready here. Okay, there we go. Now, pull this out. I got my hole right there. And see how it's coming straight across here? That's exactly what you want. This bull rope here is not going to have an offset, nothing like that. There's a regular old standard bull rope for a right-handed rider. So we want that handle to come straight out the center of the block. So, and then now I put in there, I'm now going to do I'm going to do like I did on the other side, and I'm going to make way for this backside strand to come out the same hole we did on the top, without splitting the strands. Okay, there we go. Our all's in there. Got that done. Okay, and now we're going to take that and it went through, come straight back up. Okay, and again, with that gives us, if we do that one more time, oh shoot, I messed up. Alright, so I got that in there and I'm pulling it on out. And again, just like the first time, this is the beginning. We need to do this one more time. We're going to do this again. When we get two of them like that, going in the same exact hole, the same exact way, in and out, that's when we got one plait here, one plait there. So you need to have, for a 9 plait handle, I'm making this handle is going to be 7/8 of an inch wide. Okay, that's pretty much standard for bull ropes out there. 2 strands per plait will get you braided nice and tight with weed eater cord on the side, a 7/8 handle. Alright, so we're going to go do like you did just before. Get those out of the way. I'm going to go back in this same hole we did right now. Go back in the same way. Right next to that one. No strands are split. That's good. In the hole. Through the back. Leaving yourself, again, remember, your handle strands need to be on the front side 3.5 foot long, so 3 to 3.5 foot long, so you can braid it. And then with that, we're going to go right here next to this one. Just did. Right there. And we're going to come straight out that hole. Just like that. See how I kind of split that strand a bit? That was the one going in. You want to make sure you don't do that, okay? Right there, and now we're coming up. Boom. And now I've got 2 more plaits ready to twist up. I got another one in the center here, off the 2 that come out of the center hole. I've got those 2. So we'll twist those together real quick. And remember, twist these strands pretty tight. If you got that drill like I told you, use it. It's going to really make them strands tight and easier to lace the handle later on. Now this one here. I'm doing this right now just for the speed of this video, just kind of rolling it in my hands like this to get them twisted. And you know, and that works too. If you do that, make sure you get it tight. But yeah, just roll it, take it like that, roll it in your hands in a clockwise direction. Okay, I'm going to tie this one up. And now you see what we've done with these strands we just put in. We made the very farthest one to the left, the farthest one to the right, and 2 straight down the middle. Okay? So we're going to keep on doing this in and out those same holes, okay? You're going to go, I need 1, 2 on this side, 2 on that side, and we're good. Oh shoot, that's just right. Okay. So yeah, we're going to go in and back until we have a total of 9 plaits. You're going to have 3 plaits coming out of this hole, 3 plaits out of the center hole, and 3 plaits out of this side hole here. How that's going to happen is with your plaits, you're going to go in this hole and then up. Okay, that's going to get you, and in this hole. Yeah, stop. Well, here we are back. Okay. Now, you probably noticed as you started plugging some strands in that you had some strands that were going kind of the wrong direction. Basically, you wound up with the 3 center strands before you wound up with all the strands on the outside and everywhere else, okay? But what you do is when you get these, twist these strands up as you go, okay? When you put one in here, you know, and come out here, when you get 2 plaits here, or 2 strands here, 2 strands here, twist them together, get them out of the way so it's easy to keep track, okay? But what's going to happen if you do that you're going to wind up with 3 strands, 3 plaits coming out of the middle of the hole, 1 out of the left, 1 out of the right, okay? So now, once you get to that point, anytime you put strands into this handle, you go and you put them from the outside to the outside. So you're no longer going to go from here to here. Now you're going to go from the outside on this side, on your left, to the outside on your right. Again, you'll see right there how it goes all the way across. And what that does is it locks that handle down nice and tight, makes it good and secure. So it doesn't wind up, there's no way any slack can get in your handle. So if you braid it tight, lace it tight, you've got a tight handle, and they last much, much longer. On this outside hole here, see that hole? Oh, we're in. On the back side, we're going to follow this. We're going to go straight across to right there, and we're going up. And there we are. And now we're going to start twisting up strands, okay? So make sure when you do this, you pull everything tight so they're nice and tight on the back side of your lock. Okay, and then pull them tight over here on the right side. Pull that tight, pull it tight. What happened there, what I just did, is I pulled a little bit too hard and started pulling it through this side over to here. So, all right, here's where we're at. All right, so we're going to twist up strands again. Take 2 strands here on our left. We're going to take them, and we're going to twist these together, just like I showed you here with my hands. I'll do it like this. I'll just roll it, twisting them up nice and tight. We'll do that for the whole length of the strands. Tie them up out of the way. We're taking 2 strands on our right hand side, and we're going to do the same thing. Just take them. Oops, that didn't work. Take them and roll them. There we go. There, it rolls right on up, making your strand nicely, the plait nice and tight. Again, on our left, we're going to do the same thing. Take these 2, nice and tight, and tie them up out of the way. Got 2 on the right, same way. Pull them together, nice and tight, all the way down. Tie them up out of the way. Now, you'll see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plait handle. Okay. Now I'm going to show you something that most guys that teach you how to braid don't do. You kind of got to figure this one out on your own. You're lucky. I'm going to show you. You've got all your handle strands, 3 coming out of this one hole, correct? So what you're going to do, you're going to take your awl and you're going to go right just barely to the outside of those 3 strands, or I'm sorry, 3 plaits that come out of the left hole. And you want to take your awl and you want to make a small hole on the outside of where those plaits come up. Again, we do not want to split strands. There we go. Okay, and the reason we're doing this is going to be clear here in about 1 to 2 seconds. Okay, I got a hole right there. What I'm going to do with that hole is I'm going to take this .095 weed eater cord, the orange weed eater cord that's round with no ridges in it, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to shove it in that hole I just made, coming out the back. I'm going to do the same thing over here on this side, on my right side now, and I'm going to shove this in there, making a hole on the outside of all my plaits, making sure not to split a strand. And you want to make sure that this hole is on the outside of all of your handle strands in your plaits, okay? There we go. There it is. Okay, now we got that hole. Now we're going to take that from the back side and we're going to come straight up to the top. Come on, get in the hole. Oh, I took too long and my hole closed up, so one more time. Making sure we don't split strands. There it is. Okay, and I'm going to try to do it a little bit quicker this time, because when you take the awl out, that hole starts closing up right away. And we are in. Good. So now, that weeded cord I just did that with, we went down on the left side, turned it over, comes up on the right side. What this weeded cord does is it makes your handle last much longer, and it makes putting the leather in your handle well, if you don't put weeded cord in your handle, it's going to take you about a day to put leather in your handle. With the weeded cord in it, maybe 5 hours. You've cut your labor in half on the leather work by braiding this into your handle right now, and it's also going to last longer. Your boil's going to last longer. So there we go. That's how you reroute your strands. When we come back, I'm going to show you how to get this thing braided up so we can start making it look like a bull rope.